3 Mexican YouTubers unalived by rug cartels.
En Acapulco allá asesinaron a tiros a la bloguera.
Over in Acapulco yesterday, a vlogger named Nana Pelucas was unalived.
En
Mexico, consternation over the assassination of recognizable influencer Super Chinelo,
por el asesinato del reconocido influencer Super Chinelo,
who was unalived in front of his wife and young child.
y a su pequeñita.
Investigations on whether the assassinations of famous YouTuber Compa Jorge has any connection to a video he posted over a year ago, where he details the time he met Ivan Archivaldo, one of El Chapo's sons. Pamika Montenegro had a passion for journalism and vlogging, creating her YouTube channel El Sillon Show back in 2012, where she began posting daily vlogs, makeup tutorials, and political commentary videos. Pamika soon began playing the role of a satirical and exaggerated character named Nana Pelucas, who wore a big curly black wig, red lipstick, and glasses. She'd visit neighborhood supermarkets as Nana Pelucas and interact with locals who enjoyed her company. It wasn't long before she gained some name recognition. Pamika soon began using her Nana Pelucas character in her political videos, criticizing and exposing corrupt local Acapulco government officials while offering viewers an informational and humorous take. So it turns out the aldermen are asking for a marvelous farewell bonus. Yes, my children, a farewell bonus. Even though this was considered the worst administration we've ever had, and despite the fact that they passed time only effing around and God knows where, because every time I visit their offices, I'd never find any of them there. I'd find no one. And now they're asking for a little bonus? Can you believe this? Well, now I kind of want to work as an alderman since they never do shit. And yet, look, all the money they make. What are your opinions? Leave your comments down below and I'll definitely make sure they reach our aldermen who want their little bonuses. To the aldermen, you guys have zero shame. Criticizing and upsetting political officials or rug cartels through the press can have deadly repercussions in Mexico, where suppression of free speech is a rampant problem. So, y'all's people in Mexico is basically held hostage by everybody. You guys can't say nothing about the cartel and you can't say nothing about the politicians because they one and the same in some instances, and in other instances they are the same. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. It's just wilding. Mexico's considered one of the most dangerous countries to be a journalist in. Since 2000, more than 150 journalists have been unalived in the country, with most cases remaining unsolved and improperly investigated. Not long passed before Nana Pelucas attracted the attention of the independent cartel of Acapulco. In 2016, Pamika began to receive unaliving threats. Messages written on banners accusing Pamika of working against the cartel were posted around a restaurant she owned near a popular tourist spot in Acapulco. Pamika will respond by denying any association with cartels and stating that all the information reported on her YouTube channel and all other social media is reliable and had always remained honest. In 2018, Pamika Montenegro was working a late shift inside her restaurant when 2 hired sicarios entered her establishment. The cold-blooded assassin sat down and ordered 2 beers before fatally shooting Pamika 3 times in the dome. One of Pamika's unalivers was eventually caught and discovered to be a sicario named Edgar Saul El Pipas, who worked for the independent cartel of Acapulco. But despite investigators having a substantial amount of evidence to prosecute him, the judge overhearing the case dismissed the charges due to an insufficient amount of evidence. Of course, Mexican cartels are notorious for paying off judges and prosecutors, allowing them to unalive and snatch up anybody without consequences. The people responsible for Nana Pelucas unaliving remain free. And this lady was just doing a service for the people. And the people she directed her shit at was the politicians, and the cartel came after her. It's just no shame, man. Anybody for any reason, for anything. It's a lady, man. What kind of threat is she to you? It's like you could take. It's just, it makes these killers seem soft. You know what I'm saying? But they're like, no, we gotta take out old people and kids and women, you know, just so people know to keep in line. It's like, whatever, man. I didn't see that lady do nothing crazy. I feel like it was more egregious on Millennial when the lady instantly was like gung-ho about who she knew unalived that 3-year-old girl. Sorry, people, I gotta speak in code. YouTube keeps demonetizing us. But what they did was more egregious than what this Peluca lady did. She didn't blame nothing on nobody. She said, oh, these aldermen want a bonus. These greedy pigs want a bonus. Then it turns into something else. Then you got a couple of jerk-offs eating tacos in her restaurant, and they smoke her. Sad story. I don't get it. Here we are dropping a new video where we'll be heading out into the streets of Culiacan. In 2020, Jorge Luis uploaded his first YouTube video on his channel, Compa Jorge, where he laid out his ideas and plans for future videos on the channel. Jorge would start with simple vlogs and storytime videos, but eventually found his niche and began releasing content focusing on expensive custom vehicles and his personal UTV collection. Jorge filmed his videos in his home city of Culiacan, Sinaloa, where living a comfortable lifestyle and owning flashy cars can attract unwanted attention, especially from the cartel. Greedy as hell, boy. In 2021, Jorge uploaded a storytime video recounting the night he was snatched and questioned by presumed cartel members. The experience had left a significant impact on Jorge's mental health. Freaked him out, huh? How's it going, my people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Compa Jorge. In this video, friends, we're going to do something different, because I'm going to talk to you guys about an anecdote that happened to me. I'll be telling you guys a story on how I was snatched up here in Culiacan. I'll also touch on the dangers of living in a city like Culiacan. The truth on the dangers you can face in the encounter I faced. It was something that really left me traumatized for life. I went around 4 to 5 months without going out because I was afraid. Even when stopping at red lights in a panic. Okay, my people, soon we'll be traveling to the spot where I was taken. And to be honest, I haven't been here since that day. Just entering through here again makes me feel dread. So on that day, I was hanging out with a friend, and if he asked me if I can give his friends a ride home, I was like, okay, cool. Even though I had no idea where they lived. But we leave, and as soon as I drop them off, I leave, then I come to a stop here. I'll show you in a second. Look at this, my people. I was heading down this street. I see this park here, this basketball court, and all the lights were turned on at night. I stopped right here, and it was about 12:30, 1 a.m. So I stopped right here where all the lights were on because I felt kind of nervous because I didn't recognize the neighborhood or anything. I also felt like vomiting and urinating. That's also why I had to stop here. It was lit. I decided to relieve myself here so I can go home comfortably. So I stand outside my car like this so I can vomit. Well, you a victim like that when I suddenly hear a car approaching. I hear the car stopping here. So I'm in a position and hear the car. I do this with my hands so they can give me a second. And when I finish vomiting, I peek my head from under my arm and I see someone with a rifle standing there. And I said, oh shit. I want to lift my head, but he gets behind me and says, don't move, bro. We work for the state. So, what do y'all think? Y'all think is whoever he was with set him up, brought him there, knew he was lit, brought him there. He's standing outside the car, dizzy, soft, looking like a victim. They snatch him up. It sounds like whoever he was dropping off, they set him up. Okay, officer. I say and explain to him that I'm drunk and vomiting. Okay, only revision. He replied and begins to pat me down. When I became hesitant, he grabs and pulls out my phone. I own 2 phones. So he takes my phones and begins to question me. What are you doing here, bro? I respond, no, I'm just here dropping off some friends, asking for a ride. I dropped them off around the corner. He says, no, the problem is you shouldn't be over here, bro. No, I was just about to go home. Well, bro, then get in the vehicle, he said. My thing is, To me, if you getting snatched up and you are the target, right? If they're snatching you up because of your content and you are the target, they would have got you at the bar. They would have got you before you got there. It's either the dude set you up that you just dropped off, or you just got caught up by some dudes on the wrong side of town. But it doesn't seem like the cartel was out to get you type shit. I thought, oh, thank God, all they did is take my phones. I can leave now. Do this, open the door to the vehicle, and he says, nah, bro, don't act stupid. And I apologize for the language, but he said, get in the passenger side and put your head on the middle console with your hands behind your back. I said, no, sir, please. I was just about to leave. I didn't do anything. Nah, bro, hop in. We get in my vehicle. I kneel my legs on the passenger floor, my head on the console, and then one of the guys comes from behind and ties my hands and eyes. I'll explain the rest in the car. It's scary even being out here. Well, you've been pretty comfortable out there doing your reenactment. So I have my head on the middle console, my legs are on the passenger floor. They start questioning me and asking me what I do for a living. I said, man, I got a tortilla joint. Tortilla shop, that's what I do for a living. Oh, so you can afford a nice truck like this from tortilla money? I reply, yeah, thank God I make good money from it. Nah, you think I'm stupid? You work for the cartel. Nah, bro, nothing like that. Nah, don't act stupid, bro. Then he turns up the song on the radio. It turns out the music playing was... So my neighbor used to be El Potro de Sinaloa. I know a lot of you don't recognize him, but he's famous regional Mexican singer. Very famous here in Culiacan. And he had just released a song dedicated to a recently unalived cartel boss named Julio Beltran. So he turns up the music and you hear that song play. And to make things worse, my last name is Beltran. He says, oh man, so you work for Julio Beltran? I said, nah, bro. I didn't even know the guy. How you don't know him? Your plate's from Durango. Beltran was from Durango. You have plates from Durango. Durango license. And you're Julián Beltran's people. Nah, bro, I swear I don't know the guy at all. That disc was gifted to me by the singer. He was my neighbor. He said, nah, stop acting stupid. He said, I swear on my mother's life. He responds, so you're a putita? I replied, no, sir, but if you guys say I'm a putita, then he got smacked in the mouth. He's punched him in the back with the barrel of the gun. Holy shit, it hurt so bad. In fact, I'll put up a picture of what the barrel of the gun looks like. Every time I answered, they call me a putita and pistol whip me in the back. They asked me if I worked for Jose, names different cartel bosses. They asked me for a bunch of people that I know nothing about. So they keep hitting me, and then suddenly they tell me, stop complaining. You can be a man. I respond, bro, with all due respect, the beatings hurt. Take it like a man. Are you not a man? And as the car kept going, the guy driving was using his pistol grip to caress the back of my head. He kept clicking the safety on and off and said, I have no problem unaliving you right here. The only thing I asked him, hey, bro, can I ask you one favor? We're not here to do favors, he replied. There's only one favor that I want to ask you for. I told him. Let's see what you want. What favor you want? If you're going to unalive me, the only favor I ask is that you leave me somewhere my family can find me. Don't dump me in the mountains. Don't leave me discarded like nothing. I told him. If you're going to unalive me, the only thing I beg is that you leave me somewhere my family can find me. He said, man, you got on my good side. So I'll let you go here. This is where they dropped me off. They untied my hands and told me you're going to stay here for 5 minutes. But they didn't take nothing from him. They didn't jack him for nothing. he kept his whip, all of that. Like, I don't know, man. You hear the car leave, then you wait 5 minutes to take your blindfold off, and then you go home. They just gonna let Buddy go? Like, I don't know, man. That part don't, whatever. Months after uploading his kidnapping experience on YouTube, Juan uploaded a story time video talking about the time he unknowingly spoke to one of Chapo's sons. Now let me tell you something. Once you put yourself in a position where you're the story time guy, now you ain't got no content. You kind of stressed for content. You go looking for ways to add more content, and you end up lying on yourself, or you end up creating these stories, or you end up, you know what I'm saying, like making up some shit. So I don't know, man. His viewers speculate on whether this video caught the attention of the opposing cartel groups. The future of Jorge and his channel seemed bright, amassing hundreds of subscribers. Hundreds? Oh, and thousands of views per new video uploaded. But soon Jorge's plans will be tragically short. I'd love to know what his numbers were, because this shit says hundreds of subs. Like, bro, if you was that thirsty and you was lying about shit to hold up a channel with hundreds of subs, that's a problem. The future for Jorge and his channel seemed bright, amassing hundreds of subscribers and thousands of views per new video. But soon, Jorge's plans would be tragically cut short. On April 18, 2022, Jorge was leaving his home to head to work when a vehicle full of armed men pulled up in front of the house. El Compa Jorge was fatally shot multiple times outside his home and unalived at the age of 36. His unalivers remain free, and his murder remains unsolved. So was that a case of maybe he lied on them and had to, tell one of his story time stories, and they're like, bro, enough of this dude lying on us already. There's 2 or 3 times he's lying on us. And they went and got him over that? Or did he have something? Because if a guy's willing to tell stories like that, right, and kind of implicate himself in people's shit, owns a torteria, maybe he had something happening behind the scenes, right? Who knows? Maybe it had nothing to do with him being a YouTuber. Right? What do we know? Or he was just a YouTuber and they came to victimize him. It ain't above them to do that. They do shit like that all the time. Doesn't really matter. Super Chinelo. Hey, what's happening, guys? How are you? How are you guys doing? Now let me figure this dude's face out, man. So what is this? He got a giant chin on him? What is he doing? Well, for me, it's a blessing and an honor to be here with all you guys. Super Chinelo was a small YouTuber living in Ixtapaluca, Mexico, who shared his passion for promoting his local town's cultural dances and traditions online. Now, how can that get you murked? How does that turn into you not being here no more? Hit the like button, y'all. Super Chinelo, whose real name was Ruben Ortega, wore a mask of a red caricature and frequently live-streamed events in his town, which also made him a loved local celebrity. Super Chinelo and his wife crash a random quinceañera and celebrate with the birthday girl. This guy seems like a pleasure, seems like an asset to the community, somebody that you should keep around, somebody that if you're a gangster, you should probably fund, keep the community happy, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Everybody loved Ruben, and with a YouTube channel comprised of over 2,000 close-knit and supportive subscribers, nobody expected Super Chinelo's sudden tragic demise. On August 31st, 2022, Ruben was arriving home with his wife and 4-year-old son when he was ambushed by several men waiting for him in a nearby car. The assassins approached Ruben Ortega and shot him several times, unaliving him instantly. That's him without the mask. His wife was also shot and left in critical condition, while their 4-year-old son was spared but laid witness to his father's unaliving. Crazy. Why? The motive behind Super Chinelo's unaliving remains unclear, but speculations point toward previous social media posts where he openly criticized a corrupt Mexican political organization. Politics, gangsterism, unaliving innocent people, same deal. All from the same pot. All of it's pulled from the same pot. That guy wasn't bothering nobody. That guy just had an opinion. Brainless motherfuckers don't want nobody to have an opinion. Brainless motherfuckers just want you to kowtow and be the sheep like everybody else. That's a sad story. That's 3 sad stories. The one in the middle seems a little strange. Seems like he was telling stories. The lady at the beginning, the Peluca lady, she just had an opinion. She had a want to help the people. There's people in the comments that are going to defend evil men taking out innocent people that want to help other innocent people. That want to see other innocent people flourish. But they'll champion them. But they so pussy they don't realize that they oppress. Just a bunch of dick riders. And then this Super Chinelo, I wish they would give whatever opinion that he had. I wish this video would have showed it and let us know, hey, this is what he said and this is why they came at him, you know. But unfortunately, you could be the bozo of your neighborhood out there. You could be a 3-year-old. You could be a 12-year-old kid. You could be an older person at the end of your life. The oppression is there waiting for you day and night. There's no lack of oppression for people under the thumb of the cartel and the government.